And welcome back. I'm here with the candidates from ImagineKU this morning, and we're super excited to have you here.
Thanks. I'm so glad that you guys asked us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm kind of curious, as I'm sure a lot of people are, what motivated both of you to run?
So the reason why I decided to run, originally, a month ago, I did not picture myself sitting here today. It was not part of my plan to run. However, I think it's very important to note the pivotal issues that are facing our campus. And I thought it was very important to have students and student leaders that were equipped to deal and move forward with those issues that have been brewing on our campus for several years now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And as for me, my involvement with Student Senate was very fun, and I learned a lot, but I think there are quite a few issues that both the senators and the executive board are not addressing. And I think KU is in such a pivotal state right now to where we have to move and we have to be proactive about the things that we're doing. And so I feel like new leadership would be the best way to change the direction and move the students.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have a platform actually that does address this. Am I correct in understanding that your Fix the Senate platform does indeed to try to remedy this problem?
Absolutely. So with Fix Senate, the first thing that we want to do is make sure that all students actually feel welcome and feel like they can come to Student Senate. So one of my favorite initiatives within that would be having the rules and regulations as well as legislation be translated into different languages. And this accommodates the students that do not have English as their first language, because we say that we want to be there for students, but how can we represent them if they don't understand what we're saying and what we are basing what we do off of?
And also, one of our initiatives underneath Fix Senate is senator accountability, and this is something that we have been working already since December. Me and Catherine were in the forum holding our student senators accountable, and it's something that we continue to do even in last night's debate, just holding our senators accountable and really holding them to what they are supposed to be doing as representatives of the student body.
Okay. And let's talk about one other thing as well when we're talking about how we're going to fix Senate and have a relationship with Senate. One of the things that students have been very worried about in the last couple of years is the hostility that surrounds the Student Senate and the Student Senate elections. And so I think we have a couple of tweets here that we want to look at this morning. And I'm kind of wondering how you saw the Twitter interactions from last night. Did you look at any of those tweets from last night?
I personally did not, but I have heard some things, and I think one that really stood out to me were the voices of current senators. Jesse spoke to this a little bit last night about how there are senators that are working tirelessly, while there are other senators who sit and they do homework and they aren't engaged with the actual process. And so one senator, her name is Shagufta, she actually spoke out and said that she is frustrated with the lack of accountability that the current executive board is holding. And she really wishes that we could move forward. And so I think bringing people in that are conscious of the purpose of Student Senate and they are actively working towards bettering Student Senate will really shift the dynamic and ease any tension that's going on in the room, because we are all working together to truly better the students.
And I think it's very important that we place this hostility into context. This is not something that just came up. This is something that has been brewing on our campus for years. As many of you may know, Blaine Harding, the director of multicultural, the Office of Multicultural Affairs, recently resigned due to the treatment of students of color on this campus. Those are very real issues, and we need somebody that's going to be able to address those issues and is not afraid to ask the tough questions, because with our campaign, that is what we're doing. We are asking the tough questions, and we are using different tactics with our campaign that are new to the entire campus. We are including everyone, and we really want to make sure everybody's voice is heard and not left out.
Definitely. So speaking of asking tough questions, one of the biggest things that's happening statewide right now is the debate on higher education funding. And as president and vice president of the university, one of your roles will be to work externally with the state government to try to solve these issues. What is your strategy to try to incorporate the politics that is involved in KU and take that to the state level?
Absolutely. So as we stated, we are all about using our exec board to reach out and create space for student voices. So the first thing that we would do would be to revamp the student governor relations position. And so while they will be working with legislators, they will also be working with students. So our first portion of that would be creating a long stack of letters from students. I think it's important that legislators hear students' voices and then also see names, see who we are, see that we are not just numbers, that we are not just student IDs, but we are people, and the things that they are doing directly affect us.
Okay.
I was very fortunate in that a couple weeks ago I had the opportunity to go speak at the state capitol and advocate for students on campus, specifically undocumented students whose tuition would have been removed due to Bill 2931 that would remove this tuition for those students. However, it's very important that we go to the state capitol and that the students have a face-to-face conversation with legislators, and legislators realize who those policies will affect.
Right. Okay, well, one final question for you. I've had so much fun talking to you this morning, but I'm wondering if you had to give me one reason why I should vote for Imagine, what would it be for each of you?
For me, it's because we represent the 85%. 85% of students do not vote. And during my time in Student Senate, I was told it's because they don't care, or they're unengaged, or they're just completely put off with Student Senate. But I don't believe that 15% of the population who are catered to by traditional Senate should control 100% of the student funds. So I say that we represent the 85 students, and we are looking to bring their voices to the table, to incorporate their thoughts, their feelings, and what they need to make Student Senate as well as the entire campus better.
Catherine and I and the rest of the Imagine slate bring a new perspective and a fresh voice to the table. That is something that has been traditionally left out. And I think that since we are working so hard to include everyone, that is pivotal to moving forward with the issues that are facing our campus, that equips us with the tool set that we need to fix these problems. So that's why you should vote Imagine. And in April 14th and 15th and 16th, you should vote Catherine and I into office along with our Imagine slate.
Okay, well, thank you very much for both coming on the show today. And we hope that regardless of who you're voting for, that you do choose to vote in the upcoming election. And just as a reminder, you can always follow ImagineKU at their Twitter, at @Imagine_KU. But right after the break, we'll be back with an interview with the big event. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.